Hi, this is Lisa Guthrie. I'm at 10507 Aurora Avenue North, Seattle, Washington, 98133. And I found out where some of the slavery threats were. A couple of the black Nazi retarded bums, including the security guard, he was threatening with the words Linda. A lot of these gang members like the same word over and over and over for 20 things. Hi, this is Lisa Guthrie at 10507 Aurora Avenue North, Seattle, Washington. Hi, this is Lisa Guthrie. I'm at 10507 Aurora Avenue North, Seattle, Washington, 98133. I've actually been threatened quite a lot. Whenever I stay in, there are a lot of threats. And this is a dump. It's hell, and I've told about it before. But today was interesting because two of Nazi retards were actually threatening me with slavery. And one of them is a security guard. One of them is a security guard for the Pike Place Market Preservation and Development Authority. And he's been able to sort of run things where he could force women into prostitution and slavery. And he wanted his ugly crack car taken care of. So I just called Cal Apartments, probably at risk. He threatened me with slave apartments. I think it's with an O. My God. And they're still threatening me, and they're threatening me with death. And they're changing the words around. So nunque or none, they're saying nunque and lin. So they're using the nunque for things. Yesterday when I went to Meyer and the so there's also by another creep on the 10th floor. So there's a creep on the 10th floor that they wanted me to take care of too. That's the other black Nazi bastard. And I think it's the ugly thing with the snub nose. He's about 5'8" and has a beard, sort of reddish tint. So what they're doing, because the government taught people that were of overt color, that if you scream racism, you can commit crimes. And the gang members and the dirty police involved will help. So I accidentally said my name, but I'd already written a letter about this dump and how my hands were scarred from the gang members putting in acid because I wouldn't be a prostitute, I wouldn't kidnap people, I wouldn't rob people, and I wouldn't inject them with heroin to rob them. I wouldn't do any crime for them. And so I think today, the gang members' idea is that if they claim you, they think you're theirs. Now, this is an ugly, don't want foul, disturbed bums. And I don't believe anyone's nuts in Washington State. They're all disgusting, foul, disturbed bums. There is a reason for it. I believe everybody knows. And I believe that the whites, retarded whites, so there are no whites left even. Any threat to me of slavery, I'm going to tell on people to get them committed. The gang member policeman had this 13-year odyssey of pain that I've gone through. Let's say gang members threaten me in a day. Oh, and then after you're scratched or, after you're, then they can say, oh, she's ugly, no one would follow her. No one would threaten her for that. And part of the gang members, you have to remember, though, who are these people? They're the things on the planet, any planet to me. And who are these people around me? Most of them network going on, a Satan bums, these black Nazis, and Nazis, quite frankly, they're involved with a couple, as I've spoken, of couple black Nazi lovers in the police department because the police department and other gang members latch on to these people as a sort of protection. And they gravitate. So they rights by screaming racism. Do things like all these retarded zombies in America going, oh, yes. Was I racist? No. Left black people alone. But I've got them in right to threaten me with slavery. The big thing is the black Nazis trying to take over, and I'm not going to let them. I have my phone charger, after, when you're used to a smartphone, that's not easy. But anyway, so I'm actually just going to crap, but I'm also going to make counterparts and the other counterparts look like crap as well. I'm going to discredit them, which would be better language. People committed and arrested, and they will be their relatives that they're trying to get slaves for, including grandpas. And so I left a message and told Capitol Park the elders are actually at risk and they're trying to find slaves for them. Capitol Park is a large building, and it's 10, 11 stories, but it's not that big enough to where somebody threw themselves off of it onto a dumpster one time. So it's tall, I'll say, and it's wide. Tell me what to do. You're a bitch. I don't listen to black Nazis. Shut up, bitch. Go put your diapers on. You smell like a lot of these people stink on the building, and they spend time. There's some whores on the wall. I don't know if you hear them. Actually, I was listening to some of my broadcasts. You can't hear. I wasn't listening to the whole thing. I couldn't hear some of the shouting, but it is. Yeah. I usually say, hey, you shouldn't have heard that voice coming out on the phone. And the says everything that stinks is ours. You gotta watch that. Retarded portrait they eat people. And bitch monkey, claim me. You're all ugly turds. You're just gross people. You're retardos, and you should have been put away as retardos 30 years ago. All of you. So really, there is no white in the U.S., and everybody should be wearing mental asylum, lunatic asylum, blues. What is it, a nice blue-green? Or very depressing, I think, will on in the U.S., because what 13 years. Look at my hands. Oh, and by the way, the gang, no matter what they say, they gave you a black eye and raped you. And put it out on the net and take pictures and portray that it was your boyfriend and that you've got 5 half-black kids that you ignore and starve, which is like a load of crap. They're playing roommates, so they're threatening constant home invasion. And so they don't seem to care about the laws. And see, the sort of created this, and then bad cops. It's sort of like people. One of the guys threatening, his name is Paco, I guess, too. Very retarded, inebriate. At least 8 to 10 of moron on welfare. Oh, and then, by the way, one of the whores was chanting not allowed uterine. They're talking it's a smelly whore. I think it's white. I think it's a smelly whore. Her toes are falling off in the wheelchair or something. I don't know. Or toes falling off as she goes along, and they look like they're falling off like not making her life any longer. She's just making her mouth curse her. Which, that's fine. These things can curse themselves into the ground. And so should a nation that they've threatened. Scotland, Ireland, they have threatened Europe, Russia, they have threatened, and then also they've threatened Turkey, Greece, which were, a bunch of junkies with these bunch. We're going to try chakras and spirits already in hell. Ah! Now, the reason why I said ambulance is the retardos don't know the dirty. One of the dirty retards is still threatening me. Off. Now you can look it up. It's the one on L, not A. Well, anyway, also the have people that have actually that I've seen that are black Nazi. They've represented showing it later to people. It was something like, do you know you you're a prisoner? And so you've got a lot of psychotic people. There's a psychotic guy here with eyes. He's one of the rapists. He threatens to rape and enslave all the time. Ugly black. And he threatened Congress, threatened other countries, but he also will turn around and call him a friend. Family of Obama's chair, and she stinks. It probably injected itself, like many of these people. Act like these people are normal. They'll act like that thing long enough to talk on a phone and has a nice voice. Ooh, they can use her and pretend. Oh yes, she's. See? How about another one? Oh yeah, this is so and so because he's escaped. Everything is the sheriff. Yes. Letters from the president. See they're about. What are they saying? Let a lot of their crimes. So again, your heads like a teacher would. What are they like? Justice, or just justice. You know, they like fake judge. When now these people also like to infect people, kill them. See, they're Satanists, like to touch, and then these are people on welfare. A lot of them 10 generations of welfare. Well, you know, it depends on how. But they fittest, where they get rid of the good people, will survive unscathed. Which is kind of ironic because a lot of them injured with the drugs and chemicals into people's water. It's a person who likes to be healthy and that's someone who takes care of themselves, and maybe a health nut, you know, make poison or rape. So I'm just telling you because that's how it is if you lay it out. They're no longer with it. So anyway, I'm distracted because I'm getting morons in the janitor's room, and if you believe in Sciatek, she really gave the... And they're threatening every country. So if we're all... You need to do, if you need to call the FBI, and what's her imagination? Well, scratch you with going around, injected with hair ever, not into injector. So what else do these people like? They like science and real, and they've my water, a parasite a couple times, but of course if you be parasites anyway. Then the department's in on it, so they evidently don't care about a cholera epidemic. Their thing is, what they'll do is then pretend that they are hazmat with their friends, so then they walk breaking in people's apartments. Departments are getting known for, and they link with the Pike Market security guards and other dirt that are reporting themselves. And one of the bums is playing Betray or Permanent, and they also caused burns and reddening. Now they're afraid because hence that's about a $2 hooker. Never feel sorry for hookers anymore, especially since they're zombies. And about all those. I apologize to God even about all the time I spent feeling sorry for prostitutes that Gary Ridgway killed. I apologize. The prostitute personality. Once they sell, prostitutes and gangs are nothing to feel sorry for. They are child molesters, some of the worst rapists I've ever seen or heard. Water. I'll be right back. So they also like business people for obvious reasons. So these people, it's not who's trying to put people be fit. It's a bunch of black Nazi bitches and bastards of pretending to be the government, and they actually, if the real government, actually have been a proponent of the government, not an opponent. I've actually, gone to the police with my notes and said something about, gosh, there's a threat against Obama. I was calling this, didn't want me to waste time. I've called off, put me to call 911, but these are weird calls. It's like, hi, it's 911. What are you reporting? Well, I'm not, I can't. Yes, and when casted, I believe you could hear it if you increase the sound, and I'm going to get a bit. Well, on a sentencing as proof about how by whores and these are Satanists, and the department that's involved and covering up their Satanists as well. All like monkeys or actual bonobo chimps. The programming by the black Nazis and the morons, they programmed everybody to be a rapist. So all of these people are rapists, morons, up, knees to the side, pants down. Guess what that means? And can you imagine now the reason that are already deficient, 30 years in the making, that took the fall with. Think of programming anybody. It's not funny, but they're morons. And they're doing excuse me, I have to curse them. They threatened my first Starface in regard to Pleasant area. There was a threat night about shooting, and they were actually plotting center. I found out she's a child molester, I believe it, and she possibly someone suspects that she's molested a child. Well, she's a Satanist, and even if people try to say, "Oh, blah blah," Satanist, like in the same wording as, well, they're not cleaned up. Going to be, and if I open my door, what's behind there? Let me show you. You can hear a mail. So even if which I did want to get to. Showing you there's nothing in the closet. So even if I had wanted to save a cat, I chop cat. I mean, I wish I could, but it's really not legal. If it were my wall, chop up the wall now. But you have laws of society, even among zombies. And everybody was a satanic zombie. 13 years, you still have cross lights and everything else. this apartment, but me and some spirits, some pretty hideous ones. By the since the and one of the bums playing take you, so he's making a kidnapping threat. It's the bums here. It might be one of the black Nazis shoots someone who shoots him dead. Who do I mean? ATF. You wave a gun around like he's threatened, he gets shot. Big deal. Am I speaking for the ATF? No. But am I going to go off? Do I like any man here in Washington or in the U.S.? No. He's a rapist. Oh, and by the way, he stinks. I can smell him through the wall. One of them is through the wall, and he's playing husbanding. And so they're Nazi shit-ass Lloyd. They think they're going to breed everybody. Ironic because you've got retards breeding dogs, breeding the people. You've got the zoo animals to contain people in the zoo. The rat is setting a trap for human, but you know, in this case, none of these are human except me. Shut the hell up, bitch. I'm going to tape you. I'm not putting up with your black Nazi bullshit. So some me and drag me off, and that I pretend I was okay on Monday. Oh, why are you limping? Oh, I don't know. I'm okay. And so these are definitely stinky, ugly inferiors. They're all mental patients, and here's something that I want to tell you. All black Nazis are mentally ill, and probably 80 to 90% of all black people should have been rounded up and go their dead boys singing. Nice children stealing crackers. At least they're creative, huh? Percent should have been put and they sit in jobs for years, jobs to begin with, because they're black. Like one of the retardos, the security, all the two black Nazis and the other psychotics. Plus, guess what they do in America? If you are psychotic and drunk, they'll hide the fact you're mentally ill. And the retardo is chanting obsessively the word Linda. And when one was arguing with me and I was ignoring him as I was talking, Linda, Glenda. Linda, Glenda. Glenda, Linda. I said Glenda. The animals are actually more noble than the and the crack whore and the other shit that ruined America. And for 30 years, because all the crack whore with the 11 babies had to have stuff. So basically, your tax dollars did pay for you to be killed. If you went in with them, it paid for curses. That's what you're taking, Nazi. It's called bullshit. I'm talking nice people, not Nazis. That's interesting. So this is like standstill. So don't. If there's no time to call downstairs, it'll be 911. Telling you about what the news show Nazis and other crazed maniacs. Someone with a gun. I don't know. I didn't see a gun. I possibly heard it. 3 years here was I been threat for 6 months. It's a black Nazi. He's really mad because they threat everything. And he says he has a gun. Oh, and in the closet area, he's behind it. He's playing have area remove your jewelry. Getting the zombies to remove. So he's getting more curses down as he's cursed me. When he's saying them, he's using the internet, if you know, obviously. And then he's also getting Satanist, loose, like, okay, picture head, and so got the four one. And then you vote, and one of the bumps got a picture of your throat, says, see, I'm lying. The chest after the throat, then you have the belly, let's make sure I don't forget any, and then you have around the pubic area, and then in the back you have a chakra, and some people count the hand, feet, and some people feet are implied because I think talk about the trauma of Jesus. It makes me sort of upset. But so they always said it would have been actually would have ripped out. Would you like to just on yourselves? Would you like to demonstrate? Would the palms rip out? You don't have shocks anyway. I think one of the stinky whores in there is named Stephanie. It's a white whore from the left-hand side. It's a white. I was expect to see a little Adam say, boy, is she smelly, and so bad through the wall. She actually she'll have you vomiting. I was looking for my charger. By the way, this is talking, and he's talking to a person in a car. And the person building. Now, I'm at, excuse me, I'm stuttering because the broadcast got shut off. I'm at 10507 Aurora Avenue North, Washington. I've been threatened and taunted by a black Nazi. It reaches around the closet area, and then there's a black of them. One just told me owned me, and this is what's happening with Nazis in America. And there was a little whoop of a siren, which could be a dirty, or else bums pretending that they're, making a cop call. And so I have to watch out because there are a couple dirty cops in with the black Nazis. Just one second.